Welcome back, folks, for the 9.14 recommended mods XVM settings video for the tanks. Now, this video is mostly for new players or players who do not use to mod or XVM their game. So, if you already know how to do that, then I have a good gameplay of the T32 for you, the Tier 8 T110E5, but yeah, it's a pretty good tank. So, this video is mostly about how to mod and how to add efficient stuff to the game without cluttering it. So you do not need these mods, but in my opinion, you do. So technically you don't need it, but you're at a disadvantage if you don't use it. So I'm just saying from a pro experience, I guess, pro tip, whatever. So here is my garage. As you can see at the ping bar to my top left, this tells you your lag in the game. So in terms of milliseconds, so I have 49 milliseconds of lag from the actual server, which is pretty good. You have the number of players on the servers next to you right here. You have a hangar mod. So basically, if you don't like the dank standard garage or the basement, you can change it to the premium garage or the grand finals garage. Oh, that looks pretty neat. All right, so different garage for your cosmetic needs. You have a lock button for your gold and free XP. So this prevents you from accidentally using the free XP or the gold you saved. So very handy. Just click the little lock button. Yep. You have the automatically return crew button right here. So this is handy for premium tanks because premium tanks do not need a crew of their own. So for example, the American T-34 is a Tier 8 premium American heavy tank. As you can see right here, it's a premium tank, so it doesn't need the crew of its own. So basically, I was using the American T-29 heavy tanks crew on this vehicle. So without the drawbacks of not training for this tank. So that's how premium tanks work. But with this button, you can automatically return the crew you last used on the vehicle. So just check here. Ta-da! It's like magic. So very handy if you have a lot of premium tanks or tanks you're switching out. But yeah, it's mostly for premium tanks. You have the XVM modified stats of your tank right here. So as you can see from your crew skills and equipments, the view range, the signal range, and the actual gun reload time are displayed. So that's very handy. You have different filters on the left. So these filters are a little bit better than the standard different categories of tanks. So that's the standard. And the different nations are standard. But you have different tiers now. So choose whichever tier you want to play in your platoon or whatever. You have different types of tank, like premiums, no mastery badge, blah blah blah. Yep. And the primary tanks you checked on. So very handy. You have different stats from different tanks in the carousel. So you can see your win percent chance, number of battles fought, the average damage, the mastery badge, the marks of excellence, and that's pretty much it. So very handy tool for those who like math or stuff, I guess. And lastly, you have your XVM win rate in your service record. So click on service record, click on vehicles, and this tells you your efficiency or win rate percentage thing. So a stat for your tanks and your account. So you have your individual tanks efficiency rating right here. So basically, the higher the number, the better you play that tank. The lower the number, you play that tank sucky. So yeah, I played the Bison. Ugh, oh god, the Unicorn Artillery. Oh, 20. That's like super tomato. Ugh. Then compared to the top tier tanks, whatever. So yeah, that's how stuff works. Simple enough, but I have a good gameplay of the T32 for you. So if you already know how to mod, or if you already know how to XVM or any other stuff, then I have a good gameplay of this monstrosity at tier 8. It's a very good heavy tank, very good. And as for the skin mods, pre 9.14 skins all seems to be disabled or doesn't work anymore. So yeah, old school like T72 skins for the T62A doesn't work. So that's super sucky, but Milky Man is still working pretty hard at HD remodeling of single def or standard def vehicles. So depends on for small term, he made a skin. That looks pretty awesome. Same goes for the E75, the KV2, the Centurion Mark 1, and the WZ120. So yeah, very good skins. And I'll put the link to his website in the description below. But here is the T32 gameplay to demonstrate all the mods I've been using in the game. Also, I forgot to mention, if you mouse over these stuff, there are more stats, so very handy. Or stats. No, what the frick? Okay, whatever. So yeah, on to the T32 gameplay. Ugh. And here is a demonstration of all the mods I use in the battle. So here is the loading screen. As you can see, all the players are color-coded based on their win rate, their efficiency rating. So the better player they are, the more purple they are, as opposed to tomato red. So yada yada yada. And also you can see the win percent chance on the top. If you press left control, this brings up a bigger mini-map for you to ping. The blue circle is your view range, the yellow circle is the maximum view range, and the red circle is the draw distance. So simple enough. All the players are also color-coded on the mini-map. And you have a gun line, your gun pointed direction with this blue dotted line. So this is useful for shooting outside of your draw distance. Also, if you play a fixed mounted gun vehicle, like a tank destroyer or artillery, then you'll have a triangle of a gun arc, which is very handy. So that's pretty much all you need. Also, spotted vehicles have an asterisk right next to their name, so that's very handy. If you press Alt, that's the last spotted HP of your opponents. That's it. Simple enough. If you shoot gold shells, the APCR will splash silver. The high explosive anti-tank will splash gold. So that way you can tell who's using gold shell and who you should be a little bit more cautious about facing, I guess. So IS-7, shoot the space armor because I'm a noob. Ugh. Such noob. Much wow. Bulldog has no armor. Auto aim noob. There we go. Penetrate the side armor. So bad. Yeah, this is one of the best tier 8 heavy tanks. The gun's not that great though. I mean, it's the same gun on the T29 at tier 7, so can't even penetrate the lower plate of an IS-7. Use gold shell. Why not? There we go. The gold shell has like 250-ish millimeter of penetration. Should be enough for the lower plate. There we go, back off, you bully. So, knock him out, or knock him away. But yeah, this is a pretty good heavy tank for tier 8. Just not the gun. Penetrate the lower plate, detract them. Did I penetrate the drive wheel? I think so. I'll shoot the lower plate then. There we go. And the E5 is out. Shoot between the space armor and the tracks. Hit the space armor. So you still need zoom mods, and zoom mods will help shooting at weak spots on different tanks or just shooting tanks at a far away distance, because the normal zoom is about 10x or so, and it's really hard shooting at a pixel across the map, right? Pointing to the pixel and shooting it, it's pretty hard. Switching back to AP shell, or plate, missed. That one, that shell bounced off my turret and shot trapped into the top of my hull. Oh, E5, ouch. Alright, shoot the lower plate. Can't even penetrate the lower plate. Oh, crud. Oh, takes out my gun. Wonderful. You know what? I'll shoot you with APCR. Hit the upper plate. Crud. Oh well. Switch back to AP. No more need of APCR for this match. Other against the E4's frontal plate, I think, but I doubt it. Shoot the lower plate. There we go. Thank you. Don't need gold on the M103. Action X Centurion. Weak side armor. Auto aim noob, but still. There you go. Snapshot like a pro. T-54 prototype. Nope, cannot penetrate this turret. This is one of the strongest turrets in the game. 298mm of armor at the front. You're not going to penetrate. Just no. Unless you use super high penetration, high explosive anti-tank. I doubt it. But then again, it's a matlet, so. The cupola is also pretty strong because there are periscopes in front of it that acts as space armor. So, one of the strongest turrets in the game. The strongest. But the hull armor is, yeah, it's alright for tier 8 heavy, but it's not going to stand up against high penetration on tier 10s. Object 140. He is somewhat hull down. The front is exposed, but the accuracy of the gun is not great. It's not German. It's American. But we still manage. He can't penetrate this turret. Yeah, just stop trying. Let's shoot him again. There we go. Bounced. So yeah, these mods are pretty useful. And as you can see on the top left, there's a hit log of all the damage you dealt. So we dealt about 5,000 damage or so in this match. I spoiled it, whatever. It's almost over. So yeah, all the mods does help because it's mostly the zoom mod, I believe, because zoom mods are pretty important. And if you can't aim at a pixel like 500 meters or 400 meters away, yeah, some tanks are not that viable anymore, such as German sniping tanks. So you should need zoom mods. And there are zoom mods, but don't go overboard with like illegal zoom mods that goes like 60x or something. The maximum is 30x, I believe. But yeah, sniping with a T-32. Sure, if it works, it works. And the accuracy is 039 or something, 038. It's not great, but whatever. It's okay. So yeah, all the mods does help. If you press Alt, yeah, not that much HP left on the Object 140. And that's pretty much it. I forgot to heal the radio operator. Missed out on XP. Missed. Oh well. So there you go, folks. Let's show you how to install all these mods. And here is how to install all the mods I've been using for the tanks. So the most important file that you really need is Aslain's XVM modpack installer application. That's a lot of words, but go to aslain.com, click on English forums, click on download, click on 9.14, and download this link right here. So that's the most important file that you need. As for the skin mods, go to milkyman.wordpress. I'll put the link to this webpage in the description below. But he's been doing a lot of great work with the SD vehicles like the E50. So yeah, that looks pretty awesome. So support this guy as well. And as for the sound mods, the current sound modders are working with the current newer sound engine, so they don't have the sound mods out yet, but I've been looking into it and there are a few tutorials about how to do your own sound mods, so I'll look into it and report back, but just give the actual sound modders a little bit more time to figure out how to change their old sound mods into the current update. So that's pretty much it. But before you start modding the game, make sure you back up your files. So the most important file in your World of Tanks directory that you need to back up is res folder. So this res folder or res folder right here, that's the most important because it contains all the audio and actual resource data-ish. So this is basically resource right here. So make sure you back up this folder. It's very important. But once you download it, Aslain's XVM modpack installer, so click on run as admin. So it tells you if you want to download the newest version. You don't really have to. 9.14.01 works pretty well. So I'll provide you with this version of the Aslain's XVM modpack installer thing, but so not yet. So once it load, click next. Next, it tells you which stuff has been updated. So make sure you download the latest version, but this version works best, so it's stable. So here is the infamous checkboxes. So I'll go through all of them. So check for updates. Yep, color scheme is green versus red. Same old, same old. So check that. Vehicle contour icons. That's the special icons created by different modders to have different icons for different tanks. So you can have different, you know, just choose the original one. You don't really need to get fancy. So remember, a lot more stuff you add to the game as mods takes up more computing space, if you will. So the game will lag if you have more stuff in it. So basically, in my opinion, you don't need to have different icons. Over the target markers, these are basically mascara for your labels. So as you can see, mascara, different text and stuff. You don't need it. It's different shading and text effects. You don't need it. Don't need it. These are all mascara and cosmetics and makeup. You don't need it. All right. Skip intro movie, blah, blah, blah. Choose it if you will. So this is the server ping, server info. Check, check. Check, check, check. Check the XVM stats icon on the battle loading and stats tab. Show Roman tier numbers on vehicle icons. Show class icons. Simple battle loading screen right here. You want to check the simple statistics tab. So pressing the tab key gives you more stats. Player panel. Thank you. So large, the normal default. Weak, shading, transparency, whatever. The asterisk little mark signals that if the vehicle was spotted previously. So it's useful to identify multiple vehicles of the same class or same make. So basically, if you have like 3 T110E5, which one has been spotted, which one hasn't. So that's what the asterisk stands for. Can't talk. Display squad icons. So that's the platoon icons. Large panel. Narrow panel, blah, blah, blah. Just, yeah. Panels. So here is the XVM minimap settings. So it's better than the World of Tanks default. The World of Tanks default is getting closer to the XVM minimap, but not there yet. So you want to show the camera direction line. That's where you're pointing your gun towards. You want to show the gun traverse lines. So this is very useful for tank destroyers with fixed mounted guns or artillery. So a little triangle gun arc. You want to show the maximum view range and the maximum draw distance. That's a red circle now. So not the red square as 2 patches ago. Dynamic view range, that's your actual view range. That's the blue circle. Icons for destroyed tanks are pretty good. So you can show where there are roadblocks, like the Lakeville Middle Road with roadblocks of dead tanks. You cannot pass through it. Then again, you have the new physics, so you could push them out of the way. Alright, show vehicle name, minimap zoom. So I like this. So it's basically zoom out your minimap. Pressing the left control key, big minimap. So left control key, yep. Position is centered. There you go. More visible minimap coordinates. Yep. You want to have vehicle tiers on the minimap. So basically, if you see like a bunch of heavy tanks going to a corner, but they're all tier 8, when you're playing on tier 10, then they're going to die. Simple enough. So, yep. XVM hit log on top. You have the hit log on top. There you go. Number of lines. Show HP log by pressing the Alt key. This is not automatically updated unless they're inside your draw distance, so it's not really cheating. Here is the XVM color scale. Custom icons for your 6th sense. So I have the yellow sign, but I'll tell you how to make your own It's pretty simple. You have price button in the tech tree. There's no picture. Okay. The mastery mark. Your tech tree, gold locker, free XP locker, currency from gold to credits. Very good, because sometimes you purchase gold shells with gold, and that's not a good deal. The number of carousel in your tank carousel, or number of rows in your carousel, the size of it, and stats of them. So gives you more stats. You want to have the zoom for your gun, so up to 30. I think the 48 and the 60 are illegal on the North American and European servers. So the best safe way is the 31. You want to zoom out 500 meters away so you can see around your tank. The rest of these are whatever, you don't need to have it. Free camera mode in replays by pressing the F3. You don't need to have all these. It's not really useful in my opinion. I mean, they're useful to new players, but if you're good at the game or if you're playing the game for a long time, then these are just clogging up your battle screen. So the more stuff you have, the longer it will take to load, and therefore eats up your FPS. So don't need it. Crosshair, the classic HARDscope crosshair. I love this one. Battle assistant for artillery. So pressing the G button gives you the predator missile thing. Have been using it for 2 years-ish. And the rest of these are damage logs. You don't really need them unless you're playing like heavy tanks, and if you're doing like heavy tank 15 mission, you don't really need these. So I did not choose it. The gold ammo, that's for splashing gold, splashing silver. Been using it for a long time. And the rest of these are just not necessary, other than the garage mod. Where is it? There it is. So the garage mod. And the rest is whatever. You don't really need them. So these will take up a lot of space in FPS if you install them, based on which mod you're using. But I chose not to, so you don't need it. And that's pretty much it. So click on next. Click on normal install if you already have mods. Click on clean install if you don't have mods, and just install them. Simple enough. So that's all the settings for Aslain's XVM modpack installer. So basically the minimalistic amount of stuff that you need to play better, which is basically XVM and Zoom mods and Garage mod, but Garage mod is mostly for cosmetic stuff. And that's pretty much it. So once you've done all of those, that's it. So there are a few small tweaks, but go to your res mod folder right here. Go to your 9.14. Go to GUI. Go to scale form. Go to HARDscope settings and edit with Notepad++. If you don't have Notepad++, I'll give you this file, but make sure you type in shadow alpha and change this value to 100 from 0 and click save. This will bring up the circle silhouette thing on your gun scope, so make it feel more authentic as you look through the periscope than looking through the gun barrel. So it's a little bit classier, I guess, whatever the term is. And that's pretty much it. So once you've done all of those, let's tell you how to change the icon. So go to mods, go to share resources, go to XVM, go to res, and this is your 6th sense icon. So if you want to have your own, make sure you just have a PNG file of your choosing and just rename it to 6th sense. So what I mean is basically look for stuff like Selena Gomez, as you've been using her since like a billion years. Alright, Selena Gomez.png. So basically save any Selena Gomez file. She looks like 12. Jesus Christ. So basically go to any file, save as 6th sense.png. Alright. And take your Selena Gomez from the desktop, copy and paste right here. There you go. Selena Gomez is now your 6th sense icon. So Simple enough, right? And as for skin mods, so go to your res mod, go to your 9.14. You should have no vehicles folder if you don't have any mods yet, but make a vehicle folder of your own. And once you download it, the Milky Man skin mods right here, so extract them and paste. Let's just do one for example. So extract the E75 skins. So copy or cut this copy and paste it into your 9.14 folder. And that's pretty much it. So if you don't like it, just delete it. So once you paste it, it should be right here. As you can see, E75. So if you don't like it, delete this, delete the script in the scripts, item devs, vehicles, German. Delete this E75, and that's deleting the skin mod. So basically, that's pretty much it. So yeah, simple enough, right? And lastly, go away, Selena Gomez. You need to activate XVM once you install it. So go to XVM, just search XVM or yeah, whatever. Log in with your World of Tanks account. Don't worry, it's shared with wargaming. So click on English first, click on sign in. North America for me, but whatever. And click on activate services, click on update stuff, just click all these buttons, click, 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 and change the settings from chance to win at battle results, and use win 8 if you will. I think I use win 8, but Quickie Baby and Jingles, or Jingles not anymore, but Quickie Baby use EFF. I checked this like 2 years ago. I don't know anymore, but if you want to compete yourself against Quickie Baby, he used EFF. I use win 8. So, stuff. And that's pretty much it. So once you activate it, XVM, restart your client for the tanks, and everything should be updated with your stuff and your stats. And that's pretty much it. So that's all the mods that I'm pretty much using for the 9.14. So you still need the zoom mods, which is a big deal. I still prefer the garage mod and all the small stuff, but the sound mods are pretty good. So I have the Twinker is not a word, Sam. Tinker or tweak, not the same thing if you put them together. All right. So if you twinker with sound mods, you have to do the res folder audio thing. No more of that, hopefully, but yeah. That's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Selena Gomez. Ugh.